in for another episode of Bronze Beatdowns with Anarch 704, yours truly, and not much going on yet. Like we just got some bands kind of playing out. A little sick, so voice is a little scratchy, but hey. So let's see what we can get going here. Now we're still freaking kicking around in just about nowhere land. And by that I mean we don't have much progression from our last time out, but just go play a game, have some fun. You know, that's all you can expect, right? Well, like I've said before, if you want a lot more out of League of Legends or out of any of these team games, then get yourself a 5-person team. Get yourself that team, that you can hold accountable, who you can, remove someone from the roster if you don't like them. You can make it so that, you can excel based on more than just your individual performance. You know, that's what this solo queue nonsense is. But having said that, it's fun, it's casual. That's kind of where I'm going with this. I'm not necessarily a hardcore League of Legends player, although, like anyone else, I'd love to be excellent at it, but it seems to me like, that takes the coordination of more than just yourself. So, alright, well, what do we got here? We got someone just picking top for me, huh? Oh, well, looks like I'm mid.
We'll bring them pain.
And that's fine. Alright, so got our standard runes here that are, I don't have necessarily the highest quality runes. I usually will have these as it stands here, where I'll have health stacked, a little bit of magic pen, a little bit of ability power, and then on the other ends, I just got the physical damage and attack speed, and then armor penetration, attack speed. So pretty basic. I've never bought extra rune pages or anything. Not really my thing. Probably should look into getting them cleaned up a little bit more. But anyway, so what we got here is basically heavy attack for ability power, and then a boosted movement speed. Not necessarily the best, but I mean, I could go for one of these other ones here, but I probably should, again, another thing I need to clean up, if I wanted to, really get my play honed down. Like for Ashe, I have a mastery page pre-built, but not for every single character, and, I probably should have a Morgana. Why not? It's no big deal. Takes you 10 minutes. So, excuse me. Alright. Well, so we're gonna just, hopefully get, well, we don't need necessarily a fast start. What we need is to just play the cleanest that we can. At 6, if we're playing a really clean lane, we should have worn them down to somewhere around half, even 2/3 health will be acceptable for a Morgana, flash into alt, into Q, into, a W. And basically, and you can even, hit your black shield, your E, right before you start all that, just to make sure that you don't get any weird things happening to you. Now, looking at everything, I think camera even looks okay. It's a little close. so that when I move, you know, I can go out of frame a little, but I think everything's in good order. Oh man, except for my nose. That's alright. So, you know, I was having a debate with someone the other day about whether Morellonomicon or what I normally do. You know, it was a viewer actually the other day, which is the tier of the goddess is best. And you know, they did. For what it's worth, they did convince me that the Morellonomicon is a stronger overall play. And having said that, I think that I'm going to go ahead and go down that path. Because I did get convinced, you know, by this person,
Do
you know,
not
who I was
doubt.
watching with, you know, playing with anyhow, that the Morellonomicon is by far, you know, in the end game anyway, a stronger.
They will
Now, I
suffer.
don't know whether or not the calculations he did were spot on or not, because I feel like I've had higher AP than 776 or whatever he said it was. But, well, we'll figure it out. So, what we're going to be building into early is not the Morellonomicon. That will come second. We may go ahead and get the second half of it this year to up uh, our overall, you know, mana regeneration, because we're gonna be weak on mana, and you know this is a sticking point for me, and I feel like maybe I've done something that I'm not used to and maybe isn't right for my build. Oh hey Seaweed, how you doing, man? Just try to play a little bit of bronze here and get this
Without mercy.
mid Morgana to come out as not horrid. But I was just talking a little bit about my build, which, you know, I'm basically going to be running over into Azonia's and ignoring the Morellonomicon, you know, thing that I was talking about earlier if you were here, but I was just babbling about, you know, how I usually will go Tear of the Goddess and then go over to Seraph's Embrace eventually. And I thought that that was providing me with enough of a boost in AP to justify it. And apparently it's just not.
They will suffer.
So, let's see here. Now, I should be signaling because this guy's gone. Oh, yeah, I am on my way. Sure, why not? All right.
I'll have my revenge.
So, wow, I am surprised that he was able to freaking skirt that. You know, it's something that I need to work on. Wow, he's just in there in it. But anyway, something I need to work on is that I always am trying to hit people at the very edge of my potential ability range. And it's not right because I have, you know, so much more of a range than I'm using. And that is, it's kind of ugly CS in here, you know, if you wanted to complain about anything in my play. That CS is definitely on the ugly side.
Without mercy.
Something I need to work on. But it seems to me like this guy is actually sitting at his tower for some strange reason.
Share my torment.
Yes, now I need to learn to, you know, go ahead and hit one of them once before to make sure that they're at a separate, you know, health range. And that will, you know, like I have some good instincts that just aren't with characters like Morgana. You know, with Morgana, this is my CS clear. And although it's very useful, I'm doing it very unproductively at this point, so, you know, you want to criticize that, I don't disagree. But,
Not dally.
alright, well, see, this has to be a hit, and it should be a lot of damage. Yeah, at least I did that right. You know, because that was too easy.
Feel my pain.
that didn't have to be a hit, and I think that W seemed to be a very much
Do not
a
dally.
warding off play instead of anything useful, because usually I would never do that. And you know, it's part of it is the whole thing of having to, you know, sit here and think a bit. Um, anyway, let me check something here. Since nobody is currently requesting anything, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit this text so it's not added to the overall layout of the video. All right, so let's go ahead and start building into this Seekers. There's no reason not to.
I'll have my revenge.
And see, this is, I'm already kind of hitting that, you know, precipice of not having enough mana. But we'll see how it works out.
They will suffer.
Alright. I'm sure what Rammus's point is, but
They will suffer.
ugly CS, cannon missed, should have just hit it with a Q. Something that, you know, I need to get better at is just recognizing when, you know, these are much better at gaining me gold than they are at anything else. This guy's weird. He is really, really not good. I don't know what's happening here. You know,
Share in my
some people just aren't good, and I'd probably be taking advantage of this guy a lot harder if I wasn't, you know, in the middle of trying to interact with, you know, chat and, you know, look at the video as well.
Do not dally.
Yeah, there's just a few more things to keep on the old money plan there. Alright, so again, oh, I was about to say, if that happens again, it should have happened again. I failed there. He's making himself incredibly available, and he, she, it, whatever, you know. We're playing video games. It's so silly to try to characterize something as any kind of definition. Oh, really? That's exciting. Wow, that's quite exciting. You know, I wasn't quite expecting that. If I was, I think I could have dealt with it a little bit better. What would have been the best response there? Probably hitting R right away, then flashing away, and then trying to actually block one of them down. And what I did was just a little bit more of a, uh-oh, you know, I'm caught. So here I was. I decided to flash to about here, and then turned around and hit my Q, but at no point decided that R was worth it. Now I think that was just bad play. That's okay. You know, I'll make up for those bad plays eventually in this match. Because that was one bad play, and it was one, you know, not very proficient gank that I allowed to go through somehow. That's basically what it really was. Oh. It's interesting being, you know, a mage character versus, you know, a kind of a more standard AD, because you're so used to your attacks doing damage, you know, and when you're a mage character, you know, it just changes your whole perspective on what attack is. It's like it almost has, its value is so incredibly limited all of a sudden. Do that. Ow. I got bombed out, and that's the only reason I'm getting this black shield. Usually I would just ignore it. There's no reason to have it. You know, when you're alone here. You know, usually if you're doing your job, you're going to dodge everything that they're throwing at you. So, you know, not necessarily. It depends. Well, in this situation, definitely. You know, I guess I am talking fairly temporally, and in this situation, you know, with Diana, I don't see the black shield coming into play as much. But, you know, with a V running around, that black shield could stop that ult, and that's, you know, enormous. see, but if you're doing your job, you can dodge almost everything that's coming your way. I can't dodge being ganked if I'm just completely
Without
visionless,
mercy.
though. So I'm going to need to switch to, you know, and by switch, I could start rotating, which would be smart. And I probably have to hold out and take out at least this wave because I don't have, there's not enough clear time. You'll get too much if you ask me.
I'll have my revenge.
Alright, well. No. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, so it's showing him that I'm recalling. He's coming to push pretty heavy. I guess I'm not recalling him. I'll just go ahead and throw this down. Try and eliminate, for the most part, that effective, you know, attack. And looks like I've got a Rammus that's coming up to maybe help me out a little bit in my lane, but he's not aware. So it's okay. It's, you know, a bronze. Nobody's pushing anything. If he was smart, this should have been cleared a little bit faster. I'm gonna get there pretty much on time. Pretty much. It's pretty close. You know, but yeah, I mean, makes the decision just to completely abandon. So we'll just go ahead and hit that too, just in case he decides to attack. So, trying to get a little bit more control over in lane here.
Without mercy.
An ally has been slain.
Alright, so, you know, trying to clean up my CS. Not great. I'm probably being beat. I have to say. Even though this person is playing a quasi game, and by quasi I mean just weak, limited. But that's cool. We'll see what's going here. Alright.
They will suffer.
Well, that was much easier than I anticipated. But, you know, no reason why it shouldn't have been.
Feel my pain.
Alright, I've got a black shield, so I can run away and I can see the 3 people that are alive. So, not that worrisome. I guess that V's never actually had Morgana, you know, have an alt work out, I guess. Alright. Yeah, you know what'd be great is the series. I can, you know, really start cleaning up my play and then get this over to silver, you know, strikeouts or something else. Don't know what I'd be calling at that point, but I need to run away in just about half a second here. I know that there's probably 2 people coming up right over around here. And if I'm wrong in that, then, well, at least I got the Rammus here to make it so that I'm not getting just die. Alright, well, I don't know what's happening with their team because they seem to be MIA. And here we have Diana coming. I think it's a little late, though. Oh, and this is crazy, so I'll see it. What are you thinking, baby? Alright, well, I guess I gotta get out of there. Just get out, Rammus. That was a pretty strong attack. I probably should have hit my black shield right away, knowing that he was gonna realize that he didn't have the damage needed. And was probably gonna ult me. So, good, bad otherwise.
I'll have my revenge.
Yeah, Diana's really, you know, in these scenarios, is a really weak character. In other scenarios where people have stronger skill levels, every character. Got a funny looking dog over here sleeping, man, with his tongue out. Anyway, every character has their viable levels, you know. Urgot, you know, and Urf has a viable level. But only an Ultra Rapid Fire, probably. But it's really good, actually. Um, Having said that, I don't know
Share
about
my
Urgot
blood.
having some kind of viability on any real level. That would be funny. But, you know, I'd like to see maybe like a Garen or something out of a really high quality player. You know, just one of those old standards that just don't work anymore, and just see what they need to make it work. Basically, that would be really interesting. So,
They will suffer.
got something a little bit way in the monitor here. All right. So this looks like a fairly obvious gank. I think Rammus just decided to fucking jump the shark though, for some stupid reason, which sucks because if he had let me be the initiator of that game,
Without mercy.
alright, well see, so I've wasted my time here. I could have just been up, you know, uh, breaking down this tower, even breaking down half of the next one, maybe over here, you know, saving this from becoming the catastrophe that it may or may not be. I don't know. Rumble has a lot of ability to actually run away from situations.
Enemy has been slain.
But our team
Ally
is
has been slain.
doing good things.
They
You
will
know, what we
suffer.
have right now is a dragon that just, you know, came out. We've got one loss for it. I'm I don't know if I'm
I'll
pushing
have
past
my
this point, but I
revenge.
did at least get this tower, and we appear to already have top as well, so not bad. Some possibilities here. And Nara is still showing
Ally has
himself,
been slain.
and that means that I can do this. Because if it's one-on-one, I'm okay with whoever it is that's coming. I think it's Diana that's missing. Okay, well there's V coming in for whatever reason. Alright, you
An
know,
enemy
I'm
has
going to
been
have,
slain.
if I can get back to the shop, I'm going to have a massive advantage coming into just about any fight with any of these kind of standard trade, you know, guys, because when I can zone is out of
Share.
their encounter, it will make it so that they kind of just get instantly unable to do the damage they
Do
need.
not
They just won't have it. You know, that burst, when you can zone is out of that burst. Or, you know, just the advantage of being able to
An enemy
flash
has been slain.
into the alt
They will
and Zonia
suffer.
is a wonderful thing.
Double kill.
But it doesn't seem like I'm going to have to do anything spectacular to win this game. I'm just going to have to push out my wave and take the turrets because
Without
they
mercy.
are uninterested in, you know, kind of standard play. It seems like anyway. So they're just, well, not even that they're uninterested.
Without
They are
mercy.
just playing badly. They are just doing things that are giving them major deficits. And so here I am, able to have taken this turret.
I'll
Not sure what
have
all
my
the pinging's
revenge.
for here. What's, yeah, if they need to go back, we'll go back. And I don't know what I'm doing here, whether I need to just keep pushing. Um,
I'll have my revenge.
I have flash in 10 seconds, so I have a good amount, a good potential
An ally
of
has been slain.
runaway. So, I mean,
Feel my pain.
that was a pretty
An
good runaway,
enemy has been
you know.
destroyed.
And I have that flash if I need it, not to mention the Zonias. So I think that, you know, that continued push wasn't the most insane thing. Now, if I can come down and change what they think they're doing here, what will end up happening is, well, oh, well, I don't even need to do it, you know, because we are so far ahead. But anyway, um,
Double kill.
let's say Rumble hadn't come there. Well, I could have probably done the same thing that he just pulled off. And what it ends up doing, what I was getting to, was that it's going to
Share
make it
my
so that we are at these numbers, 17 versus 8, or some insane thing. And now the potential to snowball is really high. I mean, it seems like we're snowballing already, right? But that was their moment. They had 3 versus 2. That was their moment to shine, to make it so that they were able to change it around. It would have been what, 11 versus 14,
Do not dally.
something like that.
Your team has destroyed.
So they did lose a couple. But point is, they didn't. So we're at this point where we're going to basically, be able to,
Feel my pain.
win this game. If they don't hold the line on the very next, time that we have an interaction, they lose. I mean, if they come gank me and ram it, then maybe they have that shot. But with them all, coming to a encounter here, with a weakness, I think that I just get this turret. I mean, he might get that turret, but what does it matter?
An enemy has
This
been
is a mid inhibitor
rampage.
turret.
They will suffer.
Oh, idiot.
Your turret has been
Okay. Now I can come
My
over.
torment.
I don't know. It's hard. These objectives are about 1,000 times more important than this silly little nonsense. So I don't know. I would just rather take out a turret that's going to be regenerating than go and try and get a kill. I mean, makes sense to me.
Share in my torment.
So let's see, where are we here? Seems like
Feel
I guess
my
we're
pain.
assassinating. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you good. Alright, so I could have just, hit him at the end there, but, then I don't have time to sing my song. Where is the lantern? Where is... There you are. Thank
Do
you.
not dally.
I think that was a fairly good way to zone it out. He's in there. Okay, well, I think that worked out. Alright, well, make it so I don't get the kill by taking him out of my W, but that's fine. Alright, so pretty obvious game. It's been good though. And it's a good bronze beatdowns, actually, highlights me in a nice, context instead of just in getting my ass kicked context. And I'm a good Morgana mid, so it's a good game. What we'll end up doing is
an ally has been slain.
cutting the broadcast. We'll come back in just a moment. And after that, we will continue with another episode of Bronze Beatdowns. Seems to me like this one is probably going to be surrendered within the next minute or so. Unless they're just crazy. They seem crazy. They seem like, oh, we'll just fight you to the last. Why not? Come on, guy, I'm right here. I probably could take that, pretty easily. Especially with this Sonya's here, I would be able to do something about you. Alright, so. Probably should go back. Just increase myself. Because I've got, this mass of gold just piling. It doesn't seem like it's very important because of how far ahead we are. And it to be honest, maybe it's not. Alright, that Morel Nomicon is pretty cheap, so I think I'm getting on board with that being something that I think is, worth its weight.
Cannon fodder.
Alright, so. Not sure what's happening here. We weren't quite spectating that area, but for me, like, they're all out of their goddamn minds. Funny, huh? One more Ghana. It's the Zonias that's able to really zone them. Zonya zoning. It should be called the Zonya, Zoneya. That would be a lot better.
They will suffer.
But, you know, maybe they're being punny. I don't know. Who knows? I've never read the lore on Zonya's bullshit. Sure, there's something, though. You can bet there's piles of lore about it.
Share in my torment.
Alright, looking good. Looking fine. Don't know why this game is still going, but, you know. We could have two people go AFK and all of a sudden we'll still probably win. I mean, look, I'm the only one that's got any objectives. Alright, well, we'll do that. Come on, where is it? Ooh, that was way too hard. Jeez. What was that? Was that delay? I kind of want to go watch it. Because, I mean, I was sitting there clicking hard to get that, you know, alt out. And I barely did it with the Zonias. But, man, I don't like that. Oh, that was sweet shots. I mean, it was supposed to be alt Zonias and still have full life. And then I would have had a very strong potential. I would have had some potential there. We'll say it like that. I could have continued to move over here and, you know, Dark Binding zoned out the others, or I could have, you know, ran over, been able to get a little bit of protection while I was, you know, continuing to Dark Binding and then, you know, hit, what is this? Tormented Soil, huh? Oh, just W it, you know. I don't know. What's the point? Do people understand you better when you say Tormented Soil? Maybe not. But if you say, you know, Morgana's W, well, they probably wouldn't know what you're talking about. Alright, so what we got going is a whole bunch of... Well, do I have to finish that? Come on, guys. Give you guys a chance. Alright. Alright, well. It's very easy, you know, at this point. I probably should have just been throwing it all in. But anyway. Thresh, wow v wow. The 5 vs 4 is real. So yeah, that's probably what's happening. Is that what's happening? I haven't been paying attention. No, not really. But, I mean, they have people that are playing so badly, it'd be better if they weren't playing. Well, that's bronze. That's bronzy. Bronzy beatdowns all day long. Alright, well. All of a sudden we can take this tower out. If we had the first tower.
Killing spree.
Pretty weak overall objective playing. Look at my lane. Look at theirs, these bronze lanes over here.
I'll have
They're
my
equal.
revenge.
Mine, both turrets, and the inhibitor god. Theirs, well, theirs. I mean, here we had a shot to take out an inhibitor turret, and we weren't able to because the first turret was taken out. So I'm not interested in, you know, the long-term fight there. I'm interested in the very long-term fight like this one. Oh, shit. Let's go ahead and just...
Without mercy.
Alright, well. Pretty decent play all around. It's nice to see that Thresh actually hit that lantern. I mean, I've got an Ignite already, so... Oh, that was pretty clean.
Revenge.
I mean, I knew that was coming, but it still was clean. So... Hmm. Well, Tristana didn't know it was coming,
They
did
will
she?
suffer.
Alright, well, they're doing some real ridiculous stuff, and so are we, because we have not closed this game out. And frankly, you know, this game should be close. It shouldn't be. We shouldn't be allowing them to gain any gold. It should just be a game where we are
Do not
probably
doubt.
baroning right now. Maybe I'll suggest it. And then just going ahead and finishing.
An enemy has been slain.
They will suffer.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and ping this again. See whether or not we can't get some kind of response. It's fairly normal. Alright. Looks to me like for whatever reason they are moving
Do not
near,
doubt.
but not quite. Not sure why. The entire other team is completely available. We know where they are. Don't need to worry about them.
An enemy has been slain.
Not sure why
Has been
these
slain.
lesser objectives are more important. Let's go this way. Follow me.
My torment.
Alright, well, I don't know if I even need to do any magic. Okay. That's a really weak ADC, by the way, when we don't have to really do, well, I don't know how much damage those two are doing, but I know my attack damage is nothing, you know, but I guess Rammus is probably doing a decent amount, so is Thresh. I saw a W out of him, I think. I'm not quite sure. I don't play Thresh, but I know I saw one of his spells kick out there. Alright, so here we are. I'm still going for objectives instead of going for this mid area. I don't know if that's right or wrong at this point, frankly. You know, but I've made it so that we've got an actual pushed lane here instead of nothing. And, you know, frankly, if they keep just distracting, I can just push it myself. And frankly, they are. Alright. Well, so that's 2 inhibitor turrets all by myself, basically. Oh, I think that was way too early. Oh, no. Worked. Oh. Oh. Shoot, I did not hit. I failed to hit, but you cannot keep chasing me. You are not allowed to keep chasing me. What the living hell? I don't think either of you are actually allowed to chase me.
Unstoppable. Double kill.
Wow, what?
Without mercy.
Okay. Okay.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
That was pretty funny.
I'll have
Yeah,
my
this should be
revenge.
finished. I don't know why this is still going on. Maybe they just wanted to make me look a little bit better. Excuse me. Okay. What we have, obviously, is a fractured team on their
Share
side.
in my torment.
So that's why what we're dealing with, actually. Having said that, our team was never losing. And I was 2-1 at my
Share
worst.
in my torment.
An ally has been
Alright, well. What?
Do not
We have every inhibitor open. Well, I guess we just need to take those out and should pretty much lend itself to being finished from there. Well, Annie's not too great. I never like people playing Annie usually, you know, especially support. I didn't see where that Annie ended up going, but I'm guessing it was the support. And, you know, maybe on those higher tiers you can pull it off, but I don't know if we're on those higher tiers. Quickly.
share in my torment.
Alright, I don't know what this he thinks they're accomplishing, but they definitely got away from mine.
My revenge.
Alright, well, again, just the worst players, the worst plays. We're seeing it live. You can understand what I'm going through here, you know. Now, I got the, I didn't get the short end of the stick. I don't know, I guess I got the long end of the stick, you know. But anyway, I don't know what the opposite of that saying is. But anyway, you know, imagine if you get the short end of the stick, though. You get this Annie right here that somehow lets themselves be bombed out like that, you know. It's probably pretty annoying. Not to mention the fact that their team just doesn't have the tankiness they need to be able to make it work. And this game finally is over. You know, a little bit longer of an episode, but that's okay.
They will suffer.
You know, 36 isn't that bad for game time. Alright, well, it's been fun. It says V. I don't know, V. Are you, though? Well. Fight to the end.
Without mercy.
Who knows how many of us could go AFK at any moment. Kind of rude of me to come up here and steal another Annie kill, but I think I'm going to. Fight for the right kill. Hey, Chinko Street, how you doing, man? Sorry, I've been on it a couple days. I've been doing a whole bunch of electrical work in my house. Oh my. Well, that was pretty ugly. Anyway.
Enemy double kill.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Executed.
You having a good day today? Another hard day here. I finally got done with all of this bullshit I was doing in my kitchen. My God. You know, having to go up into the attic and, you know, put in stuff. It's horrid. But anyway. Wow, still in bronze 4. Oh, how exciting. I was saying it'd be nice if I could actually get this series to keep going to a point where I could, you know, get this to some like Silver League strikeouts or something, you know. But I got to Silver League last thing. Hey, were you the one that was telling me about the Morella Nomicon? Was that you? Or was that somebody else? Cause shit, I actually used that. That worked out a lot better than the Tear of the Goddess did. You cook? Oh, sure, of course. You know, I got a whole bunch of filet mignon in there and good stuff like that. I don't usually buy low quality steaks because they just taste like shit. So you might as well actually buy tenderloin of filet mignon. It's like $8.68 a pound right now, though. It's crazy. But you know, it's much better meat than ending up getting like a chuck steak or whatever the fuck. You know, you can get it. You know, carne asada is acceptable, but you know, getting like a round steak or any of that, it's, you know, you're paying like $3 more to get a steak that tastes good. Oh, good. Yeah, no, it worked out a thousand times better than well, I don't know if it worked out a thousand times better. If you watch this, you know, I was kind of dying for mana early, but I was able to go back enough that it wasn't a big deal. You know, I don't know. That's the whole reason why I probably go Tear of the Goddess is for the mana, but you know, frankly, it just meant I have to go back 2 more times. And that game was actually just a steamroll all the way. because the other team was just garbage. I mean, the worst I was at was 2-1, you know, which isn't bad, obviously, but you know, and our team was 9-5 or some shit. Nothing. It's in case I need to, you know, get real fucking serious about one character. I can buy a bunch of runes. I have most of the runes anyway. I have 9 of most of the major runes. But, you know, just in case I have some need to, you know, get something kind of excessive done. I don't know, so what should I be doing here? I could just throw up another Morg Mig, you know, that actually worked out. I don't see why not. Hopefully I don't have a bunch of fucking trolls that say some nonsense about me needing to be a support. Is it, you know? Yeah, as far as I can see, man, the broadcast seems like it's okay. You know, I need to go get a graphics card that's a lot better. I'm actually probably going to update my entire, you know, computer. But yeah, I was thinking that when you were saying it yesterday too, man, because it seemed like my broadcast was okay. You know, it wasn't great, but it was okay. But yeah, you know, I don't know, where do you live? You know, I'm up in the Northwest. We actually have really good, you know, cable. If you live somewhere where you just don't have good IP, you know, that might be a problem. Yeah. You know, it's like I really wish I lived over in Korea or in Japan, where they have full fiber optics and they get, you know, 100 megabytes a second for $20 a month or whatever the hell. It's cheap. Your stream's lagging. You know, you could potentially go and set whatever you're using with Firefox or whatever to a you could potentially set that though to a higher priority. You know, that's a little trick you can do to like up the processing power for one individual, you know, thing like Mozilla Firefox or, you know, what is it, Adobe or whatever it is that's using the actual video player. So that's potential. Oh really? 12:19 a.m. Huh. Yeah, this is. I'm usually not awake right now, even though it's daytime for me, man. I'm in the Northwest, so it's like what, 9:21, you know. But yeah, I dig it, you know. It's. I'd probably be going to sleep at. Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, but you know, another little trick is that high priority thing, because basically you just make it so that your computer just starts processing it at a higher, you know, overall threshold. That's actually. Oh, you are. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I was checking speed test I was doing today, and I think that it's lying to me because it said I got 45 megabytes per second download and 13 or some insane amount upload, and that's bullshit. I can't believe that, you know, because I'm not even connected to an Ethernet cable, so I can't believe that that's possible. So it looks like we got a normal team composition, which is worth something. And they seem to have a fairly normal team composition as well, even though Shaco's weak. Lastly, huh? That's funny. Oh, Hong Kong, man. Well, that's interesting. You know, I've never been anywhere farther than Hawaii myself. You know, but I was thinking of going over to Thailand or something, because I've heard really great things about it. Though you know, it's just something where I gotta, you know, get all the funds together. Just one of those things in reality where you don't have the money to do everything you want, you know? But that's pretty normal for just about everybody. But yeah, I haven't heard wonderful things about. Is there a shitload of pollution in Hong Kong or what? Because I've heard there is kind of an issue with pollution there. But frankly, I don't know enough about it, nor have I ever been there to actually say it myself. But you know, there's a shitload of pollution in LA, and LA is fucking awesome, so can't really say anything, you know, about that, saying anything good or bad, but it's loading up a little bit of something for me to toke here. I don't know if this is something you can access in Hong Kong or not, you know. We actually have legalized, you know, marijuana. That's not what I'm doing right now, just in case Twitch has some kind of problem with it. But it's pretty nice to be somewhere that, you know, isn't so strict. I don't know. Like Korea, I know that it's insane. Like they're fucking throw you in goddamn jail. You're dead. Water is crappy as hell and air is crappy too. Well, that sucks. That does suck, actually. The air is okay here. The water is acceptable if you get farther from the city. The water is not terrible. You can drink it, you know. It's without having any big issues. Oh, baby. Oh, shit, man. You're killing me with these. But anyway, well, that kind of sucks. What can I say? Water being crappy and air crappy is, you know, that's what I heard, though. And that, you know, there's so many people that, you know, it's kind of very, rushy, and people just kind of push past you, and they're not paying attention to, you know, the individuals. As long as you grow it yourself, you can't. Oh, well, that's cool. I can dig that. I used to grow it myself, you know. So, yeah. So I remember, man, watching Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, right? And you know, the first part of it, and I used to live in Las Vegas. Any kind of drug trafficking. Ooh, really? So that's why you can't sell it, huh? So, I was watching Fear and Loathing, and so, and you know, at the beginning of it, it has this thing that says, you know, a seed, and this is in Las Vegas. They used to have this big sign, right? And it used to say, possession 10 years and a seed is life, or something. Because, you know, a seed was, you know, meaning that you were trying to grow it. And so, you know, it used to be fucking insane. And of course that movie is just drug fuel. So I don't know. It's so weird how much development we've had on that level, at least in America. Well, this should be actually really easy. Yasuo doesn't have much on Morgana. So, as long as I can get a CS, there we go. But yeah, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas seems so drug fueled, and the way that things have turned now, from just being, you know, like, you can go get BHO at a place, you can't do it, wow, that was terrible, but you can't do it easily, you know, here, I think maybe, you're paying pretty heavy prices if you go do it as a non-medical person. I know as a medical person, I used to do it, you know, I had my card and all that. You know, now that it's legal, it's not as important. Now you have to go and get, like, licenses for growing and shit. Oh, what are you doing, you little asshole? I'm gonna have to pay a little bit more attention to this Yasuo instead of just CS. Yeah, but he's, ooh, this is beautiful. Are you actually gonna get me? No. No. Are you? You asshole. Wow. That was really, really nice, actually. It was paying a little bit too much attention to what I was saying. And why no one does drugs in China, the risk is way too high. Yeah, that sucks. Because it can be something that's fun on just some individual levels. You know, it's not always that important, right? But, you know, there's times and places for everything. And when you take away that time and place, that sucks. It's not even 10, 25 years, it's dead. Yeah, that's not right. That's not right. Especially with how much, you know, all of those spiritual guys are doing in those 5 slopes or whatever it was. I don't know enough about. I was reading something on Taoism, and you know, I know that they were a little bit. I think they were a little bit farther out there than people think. You know, all of these, you know, religious leaders, I think, were a lot more out. You know, because they were doing, you know, mushrooms, or they were just. I'm lagging. Oh, that sucks. Well, I'm looking at the broadcast. It seems like I'm not lagging, so, that just sucks, man. You know, it might be that you have... Wow. Oh, come on, come back here, you. Is that enough? Not even close. He was not stupid enough to walk back into it. All right. I'm like, it's yeah. You know, you don't have like your phone also connected, do you? Because when you do that, sometimes you know it'll actually steal bandwidth. You know, if it's all Wi-Fi. What? What's happening here? I didn't see it. Okay. Um, you know, because we at our house we have two routers, right? And we have so many kids, you know, well, not so many, there's three, but still, we have so many tablets, you know, amongst them all, that it's like all of the IP address, you know, that will go out for the Xfinity, you know, won't happen. You can't even do it, you know, because all of them are being used by either phones or by tablets or whatever the hell. Because there's probably more than six, so we had to actually get another router just for that. So, you know, sometimes you can really steal a lot of bandwidth from something like that. Though it's weird because I was, you know, that's why when I did my speed test, I was so confused. That was probably not the best placement for that, but it looks like it worked. Alright, yeah, when I did my speed test, I was really confused. Because it seemed like, you know, with all the bandwidth that's being used by other people, how could I be pulling those kind of numbers? Because those are really good numbers. 45 megabytes per second download, and, you know, 13 upload is enough to be 1080p streaming. You know, I don't have the system to be 1080p streaming, you know, but I have the internet connection, apparently, is what it was saying to me on so many levels. But, you know, I don't seem to have too many issues. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Alright. Alright, well, that's not so bad. It kind of looked like I knew what I was doing when I was CSing there. Yeah, you're not 6, Warwick. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna shut him down so I can get over there to you? You know, as Warwick, you don't have almost any accessibility, you know, to doing anything, you know, besides... Oh, stop that, you. But as Warwick, you have almost no accessibility to, you have no accessibility to a gank 4-6, you know, which when I play Warwick, you know, I always explain that because you just, well, what can you do? You can come in, you can hit once, and then Q. So if they're under 100 health, maybe you can get them. I probably need to go back here, but I can't let him push, you know, for a whole wave. Oh, well, that's better. Okay. Okay. Can I get a hit? Nice. Alright. Probably should go hit a W on this just to make it so that this is a lot weaker. And oh, almost got him with a Q. He's a fast little bugger, you know. Most Yasuo's, you know, they're good at what they do. It's like any of the lame, you know, any of these lame classes, you know. Warwick Ultimate Organic Q is almost broken. Yeah, I know. That's why I use those two. I hate when people always say that there's a problem with it too, you know, because it's like they've been around forever and a day, so it's like it's justified in my mind, you know. But yeah, it's really useful, and that's why I was wondering what he was doing when he was running up there, because it's like, yeah, if he was 6, it would have been over. But what is going on? Shrooms before playing, yeah. I wouldn't really do shrooms and then play this game. I find this to be too rudimentary for something that's like a psychedelic. That would be weird. You know, you want to do something a little bit more, I don't know, classy. Not necessarily that, you know, League of Legends is classy, but you know, yeah, maybe more spiritual. This is on almost all intents and purposes a game and can't be, you know, construed as, you know, a marvel of, well, you know, it's nice on a competitive level and it's interesting, but oh, I am sick. What am I doing? Alright, well, thanks for coming in today. Alright, well, that's pretty much what should... Oh, ooh, I was about to say, did I really miss that? That should be what's happening with Morgana almost all the time, you know? Alright, man. Well, thanks for coming, you know, and seeing me, man. I appreciate it. You know, have a nice night, you know, sweet dreams and all that jazz. I appreciate you stopping by, though, man. I wasn't even going to stream today. I'm really sick, but, you know, I just figured, hell, if I'm going to play, why not, you know, throw on the face cam and talk a little bit, too. You know, but thanks for coming by, man.
Without mercy.
Alright, well. So, back to what we're doing here. We got Chingpoke Street did take off, you know. Nice guy to come by. Oh, that's ugly. Ooh, that almost turned real ugly. Okay, so right now we're not doing too bad. We got ourselves basically an okay, you know, position. Our position isn't great. You know, obviously we're 1-1, but I feel like we've gotten. Oh. Now, I should be coming over and administering some kind of beatdown here. Now, nope.
I'll have my revenge.
Not sure what he's thinking. He doesn't have the access he needs to kill me. Yeah, not sure what he's getting at. In fact, yeah, see. Oh, I have no mana. Look at me, what a fool. He's got so little. Look at him go. Oh, what a cute little guy. He's cute. Isn't that cute? Trying to hurt me. Oh. I need to really get back because I have no mana. And this is, you know, I did talk to, you know, Chico Street a little bit about the Morel Nomicon and what I think, you know, the difference is. And here, I could have killed him 1,000 times over if I had the mana. But, you know, because I'm working hard to get towards, you know, other items, just ignoring the mana, you know, thing, the mana problem, I may or may not be suffering. And maybe, you know, I should just be getting this right now. And that will bump up a couple of things, both cooldown reduction and that mana need. So I think that's a good idea. Alright. Man, the dogs are stretching out like crazy little things. Yeah, what's up, buddy? Oh, yeah. 2 crazy dogs. Okay, very good. Alright, so.
Do not doubt.
My lag is unwatchable. That sucks, man. Poor guy. You know. No, I'm saying that's not working though. Oh man, so Nose is kind of out of it, but that's alright. Getting a free push here for some reason. I don't know whether or not I'm going to have to fight to get away from here or what, but I think I've got at least another 5 seconds. No? Okay. That's not bad. So I think I had a full whatever amount of time I needed because Leona wasn't coming for me. Now where Leona is appears to be maybe having helped in the dragon. If I can come down here, this will be an incredible gank potential because I don't think that this is properly warded and these two are going to be open. Pretty good, huh? I think that was pretty good. Alright. Yeah, if you don't think that was pretty good, well, screw you. I think that was a pretty clean play. Alright, so let's see whether or not we can't work our way out of bronze here with plays like that. Alright.
I'll have my revenge.
An ally has been slain.
Okay.
They will suffer.
Alright, so where are we? Well, looks like we're back at square one, which is good because I wanted him here. I didn't know where he was before and it was kind of concerning to me. Because I wanna have some idea where he is. But that is to say, when I'm here, if I'm roaming, who cares where he is, right? But if I'm at lane, it's important that I know where the Yasuo is. So we decided not to take a break. We did a full, here, and that's fine. We're gonna play this one out, and then we will cut broadcast, come back with a new episode afterwards. Make it a little bit easier for editing purposes.
Without mercy.
So now I'm confused here because I have so little vision whether or not this is just a really stupid play by Zin or not. It looks like it is just an incredibly stupid play that I wasn't able to take advantage of. I would have taken advantage of if I hadn't been sitting there with my hand, quivering in fear that I was going to be caught out. Should have been taking advantage of that, bad play by him. Because it's bad play just for him to be here at all. If I catch him once, he's in Hell City. He is not going to be. Oh, no, I hit there. But if I catch him once, he's really not going to be doing very well. Neither of them are. They both don't look too terribly strong, and they don't seem to have the skill to be able to hit me. So that's good. All right, so and that's nice. Team Coke Street came in and he threw on some Pterodactyl song. I don't know if that goes through in the video or not, but if it doesn't, go look up Pterodactyl song. It's fairly ridiculous. But or no, he threw up some Druid air. He threw up some air core. He threw up a couple things. Yeah, but anyway, it looks to me like we're getting another free push here. I don't have the vision to be afraid. Oh, here we go. I was about to say, damn it. With this guy, I need to. Oh, jeez, you can calm your freaking tits, buddy. Calm them tits. I need to really line stuff. Alright. So, getting some cleaner play out of Morgana mid than I was out of some of my Warwick play and some of my other play. And I appreciate that, it's nice to be able to showcase a little bit of skill here. Because before I was not able to quite do that. And I am actually ready to go back because I have myself a ability to buy Azonias, and Azonias will really zone people out on you. It really should be spelled Zonias. Z-O-N-Y-A. Okay, being foolish. Let's go ahead and what do we got? No smites.
I'll have my revenge.
Not sure what the reference is because I'm not over there, but that's okay. Alright, well, we're gonna cut those for a while. I think that's alright though. Got a little bit of that little ear there, but alright, so let's see here.
Rampage.
Well, what that is then. Got a little bit of ambient noise here, not exactly sure what it's from, but it's okay. Figure it out after this broadcast here. So, looks like we got ourselves a turret. And if we've got a fight, we've got at least a good chance at it. Okay. Again, don't know what's going on with this other team here. They're somewhere. They gotta be somewhere, right? Alright, so not too hard to engage here. No reason to. We just took a turret. It looks like we got some major pushing going on in the bottom. Be good to just stay and just continue to put on as much pressure as you can. Alright, well, sitting here holding out, not using my mana for some reason. That's silly. Not sure whether or not I'm getting a free push or what's happening, but I can fight off a lot of movements from most of these other players here. So I'm not too concerned about this as a major push. Oh, but here we are. And there were 3. So I thought I could I thought I could pull that off, and I didn't think I could pull off 3, but I thought I could pull off 2, and there just happened to be 3. I'm right, aren't I? Well, I don't get to see it, but I'm pretty sure that there were 3 there. So not something I can do. That's okay.
Turret has been destroyed.
We're going to we'll regroup. By that I hopefully mean group with some of my other teammates and be able to
Share.
actually get this done. It's not a difficult game from here. It really isn't. If we're grouped mid, we should have to win 2 team fights to guarantee it. That's about one of them. So we need one more team fight. Or comparatively maybe 23 to 11. They still have 11, we get up to 23. That should put a nail in their coffin. Likewise, if we get about 3 dragons, being at the one that we are now, pretty sure that will likewise. Having said that, not quite sure what's going on there, but okay. So, are we gonna get to push onto mid here? I don't know. It doesn't seem like we should, but I mean, I'm surprised why we're not. I don't understand the idea behind not just pushing hard there on the mid. Oh, by the way, you know, a little bit unrelated, but you want something good? Ooh, I had some what is it, like jowl bacon?
They will
You know, pork jowl bacon, right? That is some really good bacon. If you want something that's a little bit fancy, you know, I guess it's probably not even that fancy. But you want something, ooh, it was fantastic. Pork jowl bacon. Alright, well, that was a massacre. So, this game's won. I'm calling it right now. Oh, 23 to 12. Well, that was 2 team fights, though. I'm guessing this game's won. But yeah, so you get yourself some eggs, and after you cook up that pork jowl bacon, oh man, it tastes, so you can cook it really crispy too, and it still tastes really, really tender because there's so much fat in it. Probably not the best thing if you don't eat a lot of fat, or if you're having issues dietarily or whatever. But you know, it's a little chunk that I got. I didn't get a huge chunk. You know, it's probably equivalent to maybe 3 pieces of bacon. Not being well, 3 pieces of bacon. What I had today. You know, it's not like I'm having some massive amount or anything. So you know, it's all in proportion. But you know, wonderful stuff. Oh my. Got a real thing too. Well, I don't know what it's like. Alright. Do that and just Alright. I could imagine that would happen. Warwick's great. He has that potential. This is why I like playing Warwick. Because this guy came in, middle of a broken fight, and was able to ult one, then kill another, while gaining back enough life. It's good stuff. Okay. So, now which road are we going? I think it's always smartest just to jump over to more, spell penetration. So we're gonna be running over.
They will suffer.
All right.
Rampage.
Well, still sick here, you know. Make sure you ever do major insulation work, yeah. Maybe not even just wear a mask, but a respirator, you know. And by major insulation work, I mean you go up in an attic where there's insulation. You probably should have a respirator on. You know, just those little things that make sure that, you know, you don't have any issues with a little bit of cough. A day or two, it's not the end. But hell, you know, it could be that I'm sick. Just go ahead and use some kind of attributing correspondence. That's something the human mind would do. So, oh yeah, you know, this has to do with whatever I did today, and has to do with something that, you know, would be more logical. But yeah, it happens.
I'll have my revenge.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and call this game. I think that it's done. I think it's a one game. Hopefully we can go ahead and get the team to agree. Alright. Well, we got a real fractured team here, and that's not really good because it's capable. It gives capability to Shaco. Yeah. Shaco can come and, you know, not there, which is good. So that person's playing well. But you know what happened to my mid this game? I was not as vigilant as I was last game. Last game, I think that was a nice, clean, without a mid, a couple of them. So let's go ahead. Alright, well. Did he have him poured in? I guess he did. Sure, that's for something.
They will suffer.
Well, I don't know what we're supposed to do right now. 3 of them gone, and 1 of ours down. No team coherence. I could start saying some things to my teammates, maybe try to get them to coalesce, get them to do the obvious, and maybe push mid all. Sounds about right. Push mid all. Sounds like what you should do. So let's try that. We'll do push mid all. And let's see whether or not these two will. But they've done quite a good job down there. You know, this is why I'm like, should I say anything? You know, we're winning the game on all levels. Our team being fractured is losing us a couple of kills. I am going What a dork. Oh, load up there. Not quite sure what that's for. Main damage is upstairs, you know, and your other one is a little ways away. I've got enough to defend with. Okay. I'm guessing that they've got a shotgun right about here. But it doesn't appear like we're going to have it turn into something that's going to be a problem. So. Be able to get those. Alright, well, I must have done a lot of work right there. Because I hit him with a Q, a W, and both sides of the R. Well, I hit Jones out pretty good, but it didn't matter too much because I didn't hit him. Sure what that's a reference to, that beeping there, but like I said, we're gonna go check out some of the ambient sound going on. We just shut the door here. The dog's in, that's the only reason I happen to have it open. Don't like to shut them in so they can't move freely about. Alright, well, the inevitable seems to have happened. And that's decided to be. Well, I'll give you a little bit of protection. So, well, finish game. Good enough.
They will
Acceptable. Can't believe it's still going. Down to the last man, you know. Eventually, the minions will be enough. Eventually. They're in the event eventually. Oh, I kind of said that even though I did not even like that. Maybe I misclicked. Well, oh, look at him. Isn't he special? Alright. Don't know why this game is still going. This is oh, this is bronze, you know, let's
all have
maybe the team can still be good. Maybe. What's Nasus at? 552. That's usually pretty big. Not huge for where we are. I'm just not even about like alright.
suffer.
Boring. Because, you know, it's not good. But, you know, it's nice to see that I'm, you know, able to pull out a few of my obvious, you know, plays and just completely decimate. So, we're going to go ahead and call that a wrap, and see you next time on Bronze Beatdowns here. It's been good. A little bit of more down a mid, you know. First game was a real trump. That second game was about the same. Even though, if you take a look, that's not too exciting a number there. Nor is that. That's my bronze part, huh? Well, everybody else. Well, I guess that's not too bad. It's okay. I'd like to. Usually, I like to be the person that's got the highest gold, you know. But that might mean that you were just taking more kills, and that's not necessarily a good thing. So, pretty good game. Go ahead, call it a wrap. See you next time on Bronze League Beatdowns.